All right, and we're back. The Trap House podcast is finally back. We took a break after season ended there, but it's going to be trapping season again before you know it. People are already getting excited, gearing up, and convention season is underway, full throttle. The Fur Taker National Convention already happened. It was a great time. And here in about 2 weeks, we're going to be up in Escanaba for the NTA National Convention. Let me get the exact dates on that there. Let's see. Thursday, July 27th through Saturday, July 29th. So it's one you're not going to want to miss. I can tell you right now, it's going to be a great turnout. It's been there before, and it's always been good. So we're going to talk about all the details with that with Brian Nelson and Kent Wild. They're going to join us. They got all the juicy behind the scenes details of what to expect and why you should attend. So before we talk to them, though, I do want to say thanks to everyone that's been supporting us, especially our sponsors that support us, and we support them. We stand by their products. I'm not just accepting anyone on this show, just so you know that. So J3 Outdoors, thank you. You've been with us for a long time. Your website is super clean, easy to navigate. That's j3o.com, maker of the Hags bracket. Jeff makes some awesome products there, American-made stuff. And he's got a whole line of things to choose from, you know. We also have Top Lot Stretcher Company with us. Leon and Denise, they're great people to work with. And I love their website too. It's super easy to navigate. They have trapping supplies, but we're mostly a fan of their adjustable stretchers. It's top-notch stuff. So check out their website. That's toplotstretcherco.com. Also, check out duketraps.com. There's several items there that make a lot of different styles of traps. We love their body grip traps. There's several sizes to choose from. And also the dog-proof traps. I'm a big fan of the powder coat. They last longer. They're easier to clean up. Real simple to use. So check out their website, duketraps.com, and you won't be disappointed. And all of this wouldn't be possible without Hoosier Trapper Supply. Home of the Top Dog Predator Bait and Mighty Dog Predator Bait, the brand new bait that's out. We've tested it for a couple seasons in different states, and we love it. We've already sold a bunch of it, so you might want to try it out this year on the line. And don't forget about the Jet Fuel Predator Lure. You know, that's the only one I can put my name on it, you know. So we're proud of those products, and we stand by them. So check out HoosierTrapperSupply.com. And, oh yeah, one thing you definitely want to check out is Trapline Coffee. Their website is traplinecoffee.com. 3 blends to choose from. Perfect way to start your day, especially when you're going out to check traps. Get your day started right. So traplinecoffee.com. I think that pretty much covers it. Thanks everyone for the support. Follow us on all the social media platforms and subscribe to the channel. And let's go talk to the guys about the National Convention. Welcome to another Trap House podcast. We got 2 guests on today, so it's going to get wild. We got a lot to talk about. The National Trappers Association National Convention's coming up in Escanaba, up in the UP, and it's been great past years being up there. So we're going to get the scoop about what we're supposed to be looking for this year if you're going to attend. If you could, guys, one of you start off and kind of introduce yourself and what your position is, and we'll go that way.
Start with Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
You'll start with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Brian Nelson. I'm the convention coordinator for the National Trappers Association. This will be my second national. I did Lima last year, and then I'm doing, this will be my second for the NTA.
So they didn't scare you away.
Not yet.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. There's so much work that goes on that nobody ever sees, that it would amaze most people, the behind the scenes stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
We always do our fall rendezvous at our shop. It's through the local Fur Taker chapter, and I guess one thing that, you know, there's things that don't go the way they're supposed to go, but nobody knows except for you generally, you know, unless it's something just in your face. But I mean, normally everybody else is having a good time, and oblivious to if there's issues, and also don't nobody realizes what goes on. And that a national convention like the one in Escanaba, that's a big undertaking.
Yeah, I think that's the key to it is things are going to go wrong. It's just to make sure that nobody else knows they went wrong and keep rolling along.
Right.
Great.
Got anything specific, Brian, that you want to highlights you want to talk about as far as the convention?
We got a lot going on as normal. I think the big things for me this year that they're bringing in the whole cast of The Last Alaskans TV show. And we're going to have a couple of them doing demos. Jaimo Korth is going to be doing 2 demos, one on Friday and one on Saturday. And the Lewis family is going to be doing a demo on Thursday in the Seaside section at 12:30 about living in the Alaskan bush. So that's pretty exciting to me that they're going to be there. And also Marty Mariotto from History Channel Mountain Man is supposed to be there as well.
Oh,
Great. I didn't know he was coming this year.
cool.
Good deal. Yeah, he's been on the show before, and man, he's got some stories.
Yeah,
That's,
I enjoyed his show when he was on. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And another neat thing is they had traps. They took old traps from each member of the cast of those shows, and Marty Mariotto and Tom Orr and Tom Miranda, and they had a knife maker turn these traps into basically one of a kind. Each one a knife out of the traps from each one of these people, and they're going to be auctioned off. Some of them in Thursday night's banquet, and some of them Friday at the auction at the live auction.
no, cool.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Brian, last year was the first year for the Seaside. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It got overwhelming. I think it was an overwhelming success. It got a tremendous amount of support. Nothing but positive feedback for the most part. The ladies did an outstanding job with it, and they've got another great lineup again this year. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They've got demos from 9:30 in the morning until 1:30 every day. They'll have a demo every hour on the half-hour mark. And then at 2:30 every day, they're doing a fur sewing workshop each day. So Thursday, they're doing a fur pom-pom on a beanie hat. Friday, they're doing a fur purse. And Saturday, they're doing a fur pillow. So I think it's a good thing. I think they're doing a great job, and it seems to be really well received.
Yeah.
Good.
That's great.
Yeah, last year they were a little bit off to the side, but yeah, they always seemed like there was stuff quite a bit going on down there. So
Yep, and they're in a little better location this year. They're going to be right in the middle of the beef barn area. There's a show ring there with bleachers. So they're going to be kind of right in the middle of the fairgrounds this year instead of off to one side. With Lima, the way it was laid out, we didn't have a building other than the one we end up using that was suitable with bleachers and stuff like that for them. But
right.
this year is a little better locations for their event.
Good. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. The area in general is just nice to be in. Like I said, I've been up there before. It's beautiful. And the town itself is so welcoming of trappers in general. Every business you pass, there's signs up saying welcome trappers, and it's just a good feeling to be up there.
The UP guys, the UP trappers, they do an outstanding job of working with the community and getting the word out that we're going to be there. They've been doing radio and TV, and just a tremendous, like you said, the community itself just really welcomes us to be there. So,
And it goes without saying, that's a pretty big boom to that town. I mean, for that convention to be there.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yep. Yeah, I just got a report from the host hotel, and we've picked up over 800 room nights at the host hotel for our event, and that's just one hotel.
Yeah,
that's not even counting the other hotels in town.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's significant.
That's great. Good to hear.
It's pretty well, the host hotel is pretty well sold out, isn't it?
There are still a few rooms left. You do have to quote the code when you call in. You would think with 800 room nights booked, you could just say I'm with the Trappers and they'd know what room to put you in. But hang on, let me get I'll give the number out. The booking ID number is 1489. So if anybody's calling in and they get the front desk and they want to know what your booking ID, it's 1489, and that's a room rate of $80 a night. You can't beat that rate. Most hotels in Escanaba right now are over $200 a night. So there are a few left. At least there were yesterday. I haven't talked to her today, so they may be gone. But if you want one, get one quick.
They're probably hoping to supplement that room cost with some casino money.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're staying there. I can't wait. I'll be rolling dice so I can pay for some traps.
Don't take it quiet.
Kent, you want to chime in and introduce yourself?
Sure.
You've both been on the show before, but it's always, great for a refresher for people tuning in.
My name's Kent Weil. I live in central Illinois, just north of Springfield. And I got kind of roped into this, it'll be 3 years now, by John Daniel. Asked if we kicked around the idea of doing someplace where kids can get together, and it's a central location, and all it is different outdoor activities for kids. Doesn't have to be trapping, fishing, hunting, whatever we can come up with. Even just there's a naturalist thing we did last year, which turned out really cool. We actually bought the equipment where, kids go out and we've got a little net that they can sweep the grass and they catch bugs. You put them in little clear boxes, and then you're able to look at them under a stereo microscope on a big screen. Stuff like that really gets kids interested. And not every kid that comes through the door here is interested in trapping necessarily. But if we can hook them on being outdoors, they're likely not going to be against trapping anyway.
Sure.
So, that's kind of the goal, is to have something there for kids to do while the dads and maybe the moms are out shopping and doing other stuff. This will be our third year doing it. The first year was in Spencer, Iowa, and it was
Amazing.
overwhelming success. I mean, it just blew us away how many kids were there. Like 3 times what we expected and what we've really planned for. So it was a bit of a zoo, but we learned a little bit, and we were in Lima last year. And of course, the Ohio State Trappers Association is extremely helpful. And we put on, I think, a really good event there. We had a lot of kids came all 3 days, so we didn't have a really good way of counting that. But the best estimate we can come up with is we had probably close to 1,000 kids come through there over the 3 days. So as you can imagine, that takes a lot of volunteers. And we did really well. Ohio Trappers provided a tremendous number of volunteers for this event, as are the UP Trappers. They have done they've been wonderful to work with. We're expecting to put on an event that hopefully will might even eclipse Lima's last year. We've got seminars and demos by kids and workshops and all kinds of activities. One of the new ones this year is the Missouri Department of Conservation. The CPOs are actually setting up a crime scene investigation where the kids will be interactive with the kids. So they'll be able to see exactly what DNR does and how they go about dealing with a wildlife violation. I think there'll be a lot of adults interested in that too.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like about doing this kids cave is, we get a lot of kids through there, but because they're kids, we get a lot of adults that come with them. And while they don't participate in any of the activities, they do get to see what the kids are doing and how much the kids are enjoying themselves. And it's a good introduction for us to promote trapping as well. And while, it's great that the kids are having a good time. I mean, I love that. All these giveaways and all this stuff. These kids come out of there loaded, but it gives a nice positive message to the adults, and the adults are the ones that vote. So what we're doing to promote things with the kids also promotes trapping and all outdoor activities with the adults as well. Kind of a long-winded way of saying, you know, we try to do whatever we can to engage these kids as well as their parents, grandparents, whoever's with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that first year you guys did that kids cave, and I walked by there and I was just amazed. It was obviously, like you said, well attended, but you guys made it work too. Like even when you weren't 100% prepared for that number, but it was. Well, this everybody was ranting and raving about it.
This year we're figuring, because it's all hands-on, right? It's one-on-one with these kids. We figure it's going to take 40 to 50 volunteers per day to handle that. That's a lot of volunteers. That's almost as many volunteers as they figure is needed to run a convention.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's not been horribly difficult getting volunteers. People like to be part of something that's successful, right? And this has certainly been successful. Most of the stuff that we give away these kids is donated. I've done a lot of collecting donations over the years for various things, and this has been the easiest one I've ever done because everybody wants to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And we're very for a lot of stuff like the prizes, you know, I don't care what they donate as long as it's outdoor oriented. Some kid there will see it and they'll want it. So
right.
We can use a variety of donations.
Brian, what's on the evening agendas for the convention? You said there's a banquet and then an auction.
Yeah, Thursday night is always the FBU NTA Awards banquet. That's at the host hotel. Tickets are still available through the NTA office or the website. Then Friday night is the president's reception. That's a free barbecue dinner for all NTA members and their family. That's your wife and up to 3 kids eat for free. And then if you're not a member, you can still come eat with it. It's $12 a plate. Kids are $6 a plate. And then after the dinner is at 6 to 7, and then the live auction is Friday night at 7. Usually goes for a couple hours, and that's always a good time. And then on Saturday evening, after the general membership meeting, we've got Oz the Band scheduled. They're 80s and not heavy metal, but 80s rock band from the UP that the UP Trappers lined up. So they'll be playing from probably about 7 till 9:30, 10 o'clock maybe on Saturday evening.
Yeah,
cool.
That'll be rocking out. Are you gonna be headbanging there or anything, Kent?
I don't know about headbang. Well, Kent might.
I will be asleep by then.
You'll Saturday evening. Yeah, you'll be recovering from the 3 days.
This will have been an extremely busy 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have to laugh at that because last year I sat down in a general membership meeting in the back, and somebody woke me up about 10 minutes after it was over. So I don't know what point I dozed off, but I'll probably be asleep during the music too. I don't know.
So on site, I know I'm sure you've been up there already, Brian, but on site, when do you actually start? So the convention starts Thursday morning, but you get up there Sunday, Monday, or
I'll get there Sunday sometime in the afternoon. The guys from the UP, some of them are there now.
Right.
They have a little bit better access to the fairgrounds than most of us do, so they're actually able to get there and do some work this far out. But typically, most of the guys get there on Sunday, Monday, Demo area setup is usually on Monday. Setting up tables is Monday and Tuesday. And then, of course, we open the vendor gates and tailgater gates at 8 a.m. on Wednesday for vendor setup. And that's 8 to 6 on Wednesday. And yeah, and then the show opens at 8 on Thursday. 8 to 5 are our building hours this year, all 3 days.
Okay.
Okay. Do we know how many vendors are there total, roughly?
It's over 500 tables. I think it's
Okay.
like 150 vendors, something like that.
Okay.
It's over 500 tables. Over 500 tables of spaces.
It's a
So
moving,
people should- Go ahead, Ken. I'm sorry.
it's a moving target. He gets changes every day.
Every day. I just took 2 off and put 3 on just a few minutes ago. So
Yeah. So that means there's going to be lots of goodies out there for people that are showing up to spend some money and stock up on some trapping gear for the season. So that's good that, the public has lots of options to choose from.
Well, and you didn't mention that. I mean, there's tailgaters like
Oh, yeah.
miles of them almost. I mean, it's
and I'm getting tons of calls from tailgaters every day. I get calls of tailgaters wanting to know when they can get in, and tailgating, just so if anybody's watching this, it's first come, first serve, starting at 8 a.m. on Wednesday. You can't get on the grounds to tailgate prior to 8 a.m. on Wednesday. And then the spots are first come, first choice. There's a lot of room there for tailgating, and I think we're going to have a huge turnout of tailgaters. We've also got a lot of, in addition to just trap supply vendors, we've got a lot of just outdoor stuff in general. Wildlife art. It's like, I think we've got a whole building set aside for gun and knife dealers. So there's going to be a mini gun and knife show in one building there. Fishing guides, and fishing lure makers. Just a lot of different outdoor type stuff in addition to our normal trap supply vendors and stuff like that. Of course, wildlife artists, you name it, we're going to have it there for somebody.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
that's great.
And that'll bring in some people that are not necessarily trappers to experience a trapping convention.
Yep.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, for that's interested in coming, you might think about coming a day earlier or so and get out on the lake with one of the guides. We did that the last year. It was in Escanaba, and we didn't do great, but we caught, a few salmon and trout, and we're going to do it again this year. So I think there's a lot of the people that have been there before that are thinking about doing this.
Yeah. That'd be perfect.
So I don't know if we actually mentioned this is in Escanaba, Michigan, which is the UP. I think that this has come up, but I don't know if we've all completely spelled this out. So it's Escanaba, Michigan. It's a resort vacation destination. It's on the lake. Beautiful area. So yeah, there's lots of
It's the very tip top of Lake Michigan.
vacation opportunities, so recreational opportunities. So
Neat, lots of smoke.
And it's the 27th to the 29th of this month. I
yeah,
don't think we said the dates yet.
Yeah.
27th to the 29th of July.
Yeah, that's important too.
Oh, I was thinking about it. I was going to do the intro part. I was going to have it in the intro.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
about the cost, Brian?
I'm sorry, say that again, Ken?
Not just get in.
Price?
Oh, what's
Price.
the gate
Oh,
fee?
The price is $10 a day or $20 for the whole show. Kids under 12 get in free. So 12 and under are free. Everybody else is $10 a day or $20 for the show. If you want to camp, we have lots of camping. There's 400 sites with camping with electric and water hookups available. That with hookups, it's $35 a night. Primitive, which would be just tent camping or no hookups, is $25 a night. We've got over 100 primitive spots available that we know of lined up already.
Great.
It is a big fairgrounds. It's a nice fairgrounds. There's a food truck area. I'm assuming which will be similar to the past.
Yep, we've got, I think last count, there were 7 different food vendors signed up. There will be a beer garden in the same food truck area, kind of right in the middle of the fairgrounds. We've got people mover wagons. Again, there will be 6 stops marked out through the grounds, so you can just wait there and a wagon will be around to take you to the other side of the fairgrounds. Because it's a big fairgrounds. It's pretty big, pretty good haul across there from one end to the other.
Yeah.
I think they have 3. I think they have 3 tractors and wagons lined up this year. Last time I think they had 2. This year they've got 3. So there should be plenty of movement around the fairgrounds on the wagons.
Cool. Is that actually considered a state fairgrounds then for the UP, or is it just a county fairgrounds?
It is. No, it's a state. It's the UP State Fairgrounds.
Okay, that's what I thought. So because it is big.
Yeah.
So Brian, do you know, is that ice cream shop going to be open?
I was going to ask that too.
In the Steam Village, in the old village.
It's over in that area. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be open, and they'll also be serving breakfast over there as well.
Okay.
Yep, gotta get my ice cream fix. So. Is there anything else we need to cover?
One thing I wanted to mention, this year we're doing things a little bit different. Because of the cost of some of these workshops that we're doing, we're asking that people bring everybody that comes in the door gets a wristband. Bring your wristband, and what'll happen is we'll mark it so that we know you've been through some of these high dollar workshops, so that we don't have people coming back and back and back. We had a few of those last year, and we just wanted to avoid that this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
We gave a lot of, we had some people that did 4 or 5 catch bowls, and that was just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, you never know when you need one.
Yeah.
Never know.
All right. Well,
Brian, you got anything else?
No, I'm just hoping everybody comes out and has a great time, joins the NTA, and just enjoys themselves.
It's always a good time, and I think you're guaranteeing like 70 to 75 degrees and just nice weather too.
I put the request in yesterday, so fingers crossed it comes through.
Okay.
What about the Canadian wildfire smoke? You're going to take care of that too?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. I'm going to try. We're hoping it goes back north.
This has been, over the last 12, 15 years, this will be the 3rd time it's been in Escanaba.
Right.
I believe the last 2 times they've had it over this last 10 decades, it's been like number 1 and number 2 in attendance. It's just a very popular location, and it's a lot of fun. We get a lot of people in there that aren't just trappers. You get to mix with a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah. And I will say, the first time that they said it was going to be in Escanaba, it was kind of like, that's a little out of what you would call the core geographical area. But it sure didn't make any difference. Like you said, it's number 1 and number 2 attended National Trappers Convention. So it's awesome. And the place is awesome to go to. So.
yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it, and can't wait to see you guys up there. Anyone else listening, check out the website. All the links are in the description there. If you want some more details, I'm sure there's links on even hotels and things like that. All that's usually on the National Trappers Association page. So,
Hey, real quick before we end this, a lot of people plan this stuff the year out. So where's the convention next year, Brian?
Next year is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And
Another good vacation destination.
Sioux Falls is a beautiful town. I think it's gonna. I'm excited to be there, and it's a really good fairgrounds. One giant dealer building. The dealer building will be all in one building, with the demo area in the same building, and the kids cave will be in that same building. And possibly the Seaside. We do have a separate building just off to the side that we have for them. But if I don't sell out the whole dealer building, we might put them on the other side. We'll have to see. But it's a beautiful fairgrounds, beautiful town. It's the last that same last weekend in July. I don't have the dates in front of me, but I think it's the 25th to the 27th, 2024. But yeah, the South Dakota folks are already doing work and getting stuff lined up, and so we're excited for that one too. And of course, in August we'll be in Maine at the Northeastern at Neil Olson's. That's the 17th to the 20th of August up at Bethel, Maine. That's for the NTA Northeastern. And then in October, we'll be in Crossville, Tennessee for the NTA Southeastern, October 6th and 7th.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Mark your calendars, guys. Plan a year out for that one in South Dakota. That's an exciting one too. I mean, that's cool. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll catch you later and see you soon.
All right.
We appreciate
Thanks,
you
guys.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.